And and Elon Musk has been talking a lot about the potential that they could be moving into perhaps buying a lithium miner. They are building that lithium processing facility in the United States as well. Do you think that this is a likely set of events that Tesla is going to be looking to buy up a lithium miner and take full control over their supply chain in that manner?
Yeah, we do think it is. Elon Musk has been talking about more vertical integration in procuring raw material supply for a long time. We think one of the reasons why they've executed so well is because they were really early in making this move. I mean, they were striking agreements with major metals and mining companies years ago, well before some of the other automakers who are now making a big pivot into electric vehicles. So Tesla's been well ahead of the curve, and we think that's one of the reasons why they've been able to execute so well over the last several quarters.
Gareth, a couple of questions on China. Even if the situation does stabilize there in terms of COVID and the supply chain issues, they are playing in an intensely competitive market. What are the implications then for margins in the medium to longer term?
Certainly extremely competitive market over in China, but we like the fact that they now have 2 plants in the U.S. and a plant in Europe, and so that's helping them serve those growing markets. And so we're positive on Tesla. We think there's other demand coming elsewhere from elsewhere in Asia where they can fulfill demand and essentially run the Shanghai plant at full capacity when these COVID issues subside. And, we think the plant there in Shanghai is probably their highest margin operation. And we just think, at the end of the day, Tesla is producing a superior product and it has a brand value that other electric vehicles don't necessarily have. And so consumers are willing to pay a premium, for a Tesla product in such a way that we don't see with other brands really in China or elsewhere. And that's why we're so positive on Tesla, particularly looking out to 2023 when they have 3 new vehicles which could potentially debut: the Cybertruck, the Semi,
Yes,
and the Roadster. And so, we're very positive, looking forward, looking out to next year and beyond.